What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Critical Overlord here. We're going to be talking about a few different horror topics in this video here today. We'll be talking about Scream 7. We'll be talking about I Know What You Did Last Summer. We'll be talking about Buffy the Vampire Slayer. And then I'll share my quick thoughts on the Weapons trailer to close out this video. So starting off here with Scream 7. Anna Camp did an interview with Maria Claire, I believe is the name of this outlet. And they talked about her upcoming role in Scream 7, confirming who she's going to be playing, what we had already thought to be true. It said later this year, Camp will appear in wedding comedy Bride Hard alongside Rebel Wilson and Sherry Cola. She's also just finished filming Scream 7, in which she plays best friend and neighbor to Sidney in the iconic slasher franchise. She's sworn to secrecy when it comes to all things Scream, but when pressed, she teases, "All I can say is that it's one of the most jaw-dropping, surprising, and literally bloody screams you're going to see. When I read the script, my jaw was on the floor times a million." Knowing what I know about the latest I Know What You Did Last Summer coming out in July, I find it hard to believe until I gather all the tea on this that Scream 7 is going to be able to deliver the same shock value. I feel as though Scream 7 is going to play it very safe, albeit Anna Camp, I'm sure, is going to give a phenomenal performance. If you have not checked out what she just did in You Season 5, check that out. Yes, like you, if you've seen it, I cannot get over that mirror scene. I think I hyped it up at one point in my You Season 5 review. She just does a phenomenal job. I'm sure she's going to be a tremendous best friend character to Sidney Prescott. Ultimately, I hope that she is Ghostface, because I just think that she would give us one of the best performances and monologues that we've had delivered in quite a while. Some people would also like to have the reveal in Scream 6 washed away from their memory, although I don't really think it was that bad. I get where some of you are coming from, and Anna Camp would be a nice upgrade over all three of them. I'm not going to lie, she is that damn good, and I cannot wait to see what she does in Scream 7. But saying that it's going to be jaw-dropping and stuff like that, you know, when you're such a seasoned veteran to the Scream franchise and it's so near and dear to your heart, I have my reservations that the franchise is actually going to have my jaw on the floor. I don't think it's going to have my jaw on the floor. If anything, it's going to be appealing to the people who are not so embedded in the franchise like me and many of you are. They'll have their jaws on the floor. But us, we'll just be like, it's just another Scream film, and was it good or was it bad? And then we'll go on about our business. Now let's talk about I Know What You Did Last Summer. We got a new look at I Know What You Did Last Summer from Bloody Disgusting, and more details from Jennifer Caton Robinson. As you see here on your screen, this is the new image. She said, "The fisherman is coming for everyone. Each of our characters end up face to face with the slicker, and only some of them make it out alive. Surviving is definitely not in the cards for all our players. The slicker, hook, and body count are all getting an upgrade. The hook is the weapon of choice, but this time the fisherman has a lot more in the arsenal. We looked at all different nautical themed weaponry for the fisherman to collect victims with." Now that new image appears to be the fisherman stalking Tyreek's character Teddy. And I will say, to her point, the body count getting an upgrade is definitely true. This film has a very high body count. That's all I will say about that. She's not lying when she talks about that body count upgrade. And in terms of the weaponry, yeah, there are a few new things that are going to be used in this film that I cannot wait for you guys to see. One in particular I'm still thinking about. I need to see it play out on screen, because I'm pretty sure it's going to be one of the most brutal moments of the film. But what do you think about this new image from I Know What You Did Last Summer? Are you looking forward to the film? I, again, cannot stress what I've been stating. If you were someone out there theorizing about I Know What You Did Last Summer, there's only a handful of people I'm thinking that are going to be able to predict what they are doing. And what I mean is, it's just so refreshing in terms of breaking away from formulas you're tired of with these legacy sequels and doing something that the Scream franchise had an opportunity to do 25 years ago, and they didn't do it because of some unfortunate things. And it's like seeing a slasher film franchise come back like this in such a bold capacity. Goddamn. People are going to be talking about this. They're going to be talking about it. I have to, again, just commend it in advance. I'm hoping this plays out well on screen, because I love it. Now, I'm going to talk about Sarah Michelle Gellar and her comments related to Buffy the Vampire Slayer and this revival. She wanted to deny the rumors of the sequel series about those characters, suggesting that they were fake. Now, I will point this out, since many people don't seem to want to engage with the full context. She denounced what came from TV Line, but her comments denouncing this originated from her interview with Elite Daily. She said those are all fake characters. That thing that got released is all fake. Here's the thing. I love Sarah Michelle Gellar. I always will. She was my very first celebrity crush. She will always hold a special place in my heart for bringing that wonderful character of Buffy Summers to light. But as someone who loves her, I watch a lot of her interviews. I've also heard her recently admit to the fact that I Know What You Did Last Summer's marketing and social media pages had to get up and running once she posted something she shouldn't have. Freddie has also made it a point in his podcast at one point to mention how this was many years ago, but mentioned how she ruined the reveal of the Sixth Sense out loud. And what I'm getting at is she herself also has mentioned how she has this habit of like just letting too much out, and she's been trying to be better. I believe her completely if I weren't monitoring what she has been doing and the things she says in some of her more recent interviews. I would believe her completely if there were some other secrets of hers that are on the way that I am also aware of. Here's what happens. With these names, usually the names are fake or they're just code names. For those of you familiar with what happened with Scream 5, what happened with Scream 6, and what happened with Scream 7, you saw this play out. None of those characters ended up being fake. They ended up just being code names. That is the same method of ways we got these characters for Buffy. That is why I find it hard to believe that these are just completely fake. It'd be completely unheard of for it to all be fake. What tends to be fake is the character name, not the description and the overall package presentation of the character. So when she says it's fake, I don't believe she means the entire thing. But what's happening is, of course, she said one thing and people assumed it meant all of this. And she never said all the things I'm seeing people assume. The names are what tends to be fake. It'd be a first for me to get info like this and it's entirely fake. I also want to point out Sarah denied the 3 names again from TV Line: Nova, Hugo, and one of Nova's other friends, Gracie. So what about the other 4 or 5 that we were told about, and other characters like Mr. Boyd and Greta? I have to throw those names into the mix. All I'm going to say is Sarah has a pleasant surprise coming our way very soon. And when that surprise comes, I hope that people go back to this and start to critically think about what she just said a bit better. If the whole thing is fake, that's fine. Again, I don't know how a fake casting call was released where legitimate actors were auditioning for fake roles. That's all I can say on that. That's a bit perplexing to me. I'm not going to put things out there that I know obviously will get copyrighted, but critically think some more about what she's saying. She's saying that all those characters are fake, but to what extent? The names, the whole thing? We need to critically think, because these names originated, again, the same way the information from Scream 5 originated, Scream 6, Scream 7, where the names were fake, but the overall presentation, that was real. So again, I love Sarah, but I'm not fully buying it, especially knowing there are some big surprises on the way. I wanted to end this video by talking about the Weapons trailer. So that trailer, absolute cinema. That trailer was the best trailer I've seen all year. Knowing what I know about the film and what I have now seen from this trailer, there's no doubt in my mind this has the potential to, again, be the best horror film released this year. I'm not saying that's what I will have as a sentiment. I have a strong feeling I'm still going to have my reservations and that spot reserved for Sinners. Again, I might have a bit of a bias towards that for some personal reasons, but I think Weapons does have the potential to be the best horror film released this year, regarded by the wider general public, because of course I'm just one in a sea of millions. And we got our first look at Miss Gladys. It was a very quick flash, but I'm certain all of you will love Miss Gladys. This is our long legs like character, and hopefully when the film drops, you all enjoy the madness that is Weapons. It is very nerve-wracking. The way it unfolds is going to eat away at you. It's just a very enticing narrative. I still just love revisiting what I have on this film and digesting all of it. I'm eager to see how this plays out on screen. Cannot wait to see this film, and I hope it is a success. And with seeing it, again, I will understand why Jordan Peele fired his managers. But let me know what you guys think about this down in the comment section below. If you haven't already, of course, make sure you subscribe, turn on post notification, never miss a video. In the description, I have links to all my social media accounts. I am on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. You can message me there, of course. Let me know if there are any movies, news, or reviews you'd like me to cover in the future. And with all that in mind, guys, I will see you in the next video.